Hi everyone, my name is Bonder. As soon as the shelling started, I stayed home with my friends, and our neighbors and I self-organized to protect our houses in the first place and to take care of each other. And then we saw that here people started self-organizing, accepting refugees, and they needed provisions. For the first time, people in Dubna brought humanitarian aid here, and we were given a warehouse, if you can see it, behind me. And I'm a social worker by trade and a pastor, and it turned out that we needed to pass out humanitarian aid wisely. And we, as the girls, 5 or 6 people, we taught them how to do social work. We put together a list of people. There are 5 categories: people with multiple kids, disabled people, retired people who cannot walk, mothers with kids under 3 years. And based on the category, we put together lists, and we bring stuff to 3 areas. We also work with city council, but most of all with self-organized people who we can trust, who can trust us. We help them. This is why we accept refugees, we feed people, we bring food to people in order to help with the most vulnerable populations. These are our social workers. Good job! We have a dream, and it's already coming to life. We provide churches that work in the city of Kharkiv and dangerous neighborhoods of Kharkiv, for example, Saltivka. We set up pickup points in Saltivka and Komunali for people to be able to come there and to get humanitarian aid. Also, we provide humanitarian volunteer groups, self-organized, who deliver goods based on the addresses in Saltivka and KPZ, and these are really reliable, great people who love their city, who love their neighborhood, and who love people. Our dream is to cover all of Kharkiv. Here we have humanitarian aid from Western Ukraine. Thank you to them. And then we give out goods to the people who are bedbound, who are disabled, who lost their accommodations, refugees, many refugees. Here we have half of the warehouse, a part of the warehouse with toiletries, with baby food, formula. Here we organize goodie kits, goodie bags. We give away humanitarian aid to retired people, kids, families with multiple kids. Here we put together bags, and we have groups who take those goods to people who need them. And here we organized everything based on the system that we created. Here we have diapers for the kids, toilet paper, soap, everything that kids need, everything they need to live. We have everything. And we have really good sets that we put together, and people were really happy. They were surprised that they could get everything. Here for the younger kids, we have a full line of diapers and a baby food formula. Wonderful. This is the bread. We have a list of streets, and based on that list, we put together a list of those in need. We get different addresses with information about those in need, different categories: low income, multiple kids, lonely retired people, bedbound people, people with injuries. We put together lists. If there are phones available or in person, we can check if the situation is what it is. We enter them into the database, and we make deliveries based on the address. Those who can walk, we are welcoming to pick up the goods. Here we put together a date of the goods being dispersed. We mark who gave out the goods, when it was done. Here we have notes: older adults, disabled, bedbound families with multiple kids. At the moment, there are 370 entries in the database, and out of them, about 120 have not been serviced yet. This is in addition to the neighboring villages being given aid, and in the beginning we have had refugees come by. Is that the list of the people? This is not everything. For the first few days, we did not divide it by neighborhoods, so it was more massive, and we had about 100 bags distributed to the neighboring villages. And the first day, we probably serviced about 200, 300. On the third day of war, together with the administration of the village, we decided to organize a refugee hosting center. From Kharkiv, from its neighboring villages, these are mothers with kids, elderly, those who cannot go any farther, but the city is being shelled. Today is the 21st day of war. People have a roof over their heads, they're warm, they're being fed 3 times a day. We are getting help from Western Ukraine, from everywhere. Humanitarian aid, and we provide medications when necessary. If there is a need, a doctor comes out and he sees patients ranging from 18 months old to the elderly women who may be disabled. We're all coming together to help. People help with everything they can. Someone is bringing gas, someone is bringing medications, someone is helping with physical and mental labor, someone is cooking. We have Armenians, we have Jewish people, we have people from Western Ukraine, we have everyone here, and they all help people on the way to liberation. We are helping defense, cook for them, we make hot meals for them. We take the meals to their points and we help with warm clothes, shoes, and everything they might need. Whatever their needs are, we help with those. This is the kitchen we feed refugees here. So far, it's more than 30 people, and they keep coming. People are living in the building where the tourists used to stay before. And we are working here. So this is the kitchen, and meals are being cooked here for 30 people. Maybe the equipment is not the most state-of-the-art, but nevertheless it's possible to cook, and there is everything that we need here. Everyone who could help, they all gathered together and everyone is helping. As a result, we have organized this wonderful place, and initially we were planning for it to be a safe haven for the locals, but we had a request from our friends and friends of friends who are in the war hotspots right now. And we found out there is a necessity to relocate those people. We are taking care of their basic life needs. We are feeding them for free. We provide them with basic needs if necessary. And we do this work with our heart and soul and with great pleasure. If we can help, we help with pleasure. And if you have a need, if you have someone who's stuck in a hotspot, Saltovka, Горизонт, ХТЗ. If there is someone in the basement there, we are trying to find ways how to get people from there to here. We have a phone number that someone can reach us at, and you can call, you can talk about the problems that you have, and we will happily help you. To this day, we've offered accommodations to 44 people. The first day we started offering accommodations was March 3rd, and about 100 people stayed here overnight while being in transit. They filled up their tanks and they kept moving on, and generally, mostly there were young families with young kids. Then they kept moving on. To this day, we are accommodating people who don't have apartments of their own anymore. Time will tell how long they are going to stay here, but we are not imposing any limitations on their stay here. Hello, my name is Victoria. I live in the neighborhood of Alexeyevka. I came here with my mother and with my daughter because on March 7th we had really loud shelling in Alexeyevka. My mom is retired. She is very scared. She's being hysterical. This is why we came here. The town's council offered us to stay here. We are being fed here, thank you. It's warm, there is a place to sleep. There is a place to live. We are grateful.